Food in Minecraft is super important. I'd even go as far to say food is one of the most important items in the game, because without it, you just kind of die. I mean, if you're going to die from food, you are a big noob, but it does happen to the best of us. And that's why I wanted to see just what was the best ranked food in the game. And that's why I've created a tier list. Is there any better way to do this? I don't think so. We want to get all these food items here and we want to take them and put them all on this tier list so we can truly see what the best food item in the game is. Sound good? Yeah, I know it does. Let's jump into another tier list video. We made a tier list video a few months back about Minecraft enchantments and it was a huge success, and I really enjoyed interacting with you guys and hearing all your opinions. And now we want to take that and change it to food instead, and I want to hear all your opinions, whether you think I'm right, whether you think I'm wrong. Let's talk about it and let's see what we think of the food in Minecraft. So we're going to rate each food from top to bottom. We're going to go God tier, which is Netherite, the best sort of item in the game. Then one down we have A for amazing, which is diamonds, the second best. Then we've got iron, which is useful, smack bang in the middle. Then we've got gold, which definitely could be better, second to last. And then we've got cobblestone, which is rubbish. For building, you're brilliant. For tools, you're rubbish. So that is what we're going to be rating each food off. The first food item on the list is golden carrots. Now golden carrots give out one of the highest saturations in the game. And they also give you 3 drumsticks worth of health. This makes them already one of the best food items on the game. So on that sort of note, there's no other option really to start off by putting golden carrots in God tier. And I don't think you can disagree. Next up we've got cooked mutton. Now cooked mutton gives off the second highest tier of saturation in the game and gives the same amount of drumsticks as golden carrots. So on that basis, they're just kind of below golden carrots, and that's kind of what we're going to put it on the table. They're a solid food choice, they're going in amazing. Next up we've got cooked pork chop. Now cooked pork chop's very similar to cooked mutton. The only difference is cooked pork chop actually gives you an extra drumstick worth of health. Now I think these are probably one of the more solid food choices on the game, and I'm going to be out there, it's going in God tier. Carrying on, we've got baked potato. Now potatoes are a solid choice at the start of the game because you can farm a lot of them really quickly, which makes a really easy food at the start of the game. However, when you carry on with the game, you start noticing that baked potatoes aren't as good as you once thought they were. They're no longer the love of your life, they're kinda just useful. Next up we have spider eyes. Now you can actually eat spider eyes. They've got the worst saturation in the game, they give you 1 drumstick back and they poison you for 5 seconds. That's God tier written. I'm only joking, it's rubbish. If you have to eat a spider eye, you really have not planned ahead. Moving on, we have cooked cod. Now cooked cod's probably one of them food items you didn't actually realise existed really, because you'd hardly ever want to eat it. It's actually got like a middle of the range saturation, which makes it quite good, and it also gives 2.5 drumsticks back, so it's not that bad. However, it's an absolute blag to get loads of cod. You are going, it could be better. Continuing on, we have melons. Now, melons actually don't have as bad saturation as you think. They're in the second lowest category, but they're not in the lowest. But they only give you back 1 drumstick. Melons are okay, so you can easily get 64 of them, and you can easily just scran through them. But you're constantly eating. And for me, it's a tie up. Oh, it don't poison you, so I guess could be better. Literally a carbon copy of sweet berries, pretty much the exact same thing, which is why sweet berries, you're going with your melon in could be better. Next up, we've got cooked beef. Now, there is no argument with this, whether you like it or not, cooked beef is God tier. It just is, probably, almost indefinitely, one of the best foods on the game. If I could choose between this, golden carrots or pork chop, I'd be choosing beef every time. Next up, we've got apples. Now apples, again, they have the second lowest saturation, but they actually give you 2 drumsticks of health, which ain't actually that bad. So we're going to put it on useful, especially considering you can get it from tree harvesting, so you can just get them all the time. Apples are useful. I mean, they're a lot better than them sweet berries and melons. Oh, carrots. Carrots give 1.5 drumsticks, the middle of the range saturation. You can get absolutely loads of them. I suppose realistically they're probably useful. Next up we've got cooked salmon. Again, middle of the range saturation, but it actually gives 3 drumsticks for health, which means it's just better than cod. I'd put it in amazing, but they're more like to get, so you're going in useful. Bread. Now, if there was ever a category for bread, it would be probably about right here. Bread is awesome at the start of the game. You can just get absolutely loads of bread. But during the end of the game, do you really use bread? Not really, no. Rabbit stew. Rabbit stew actually does 5 drumsticks worth of health, which I didn't even realise. That's really good. It's middle of the range saturation, so you will need it more often, but it just gives you a massive increase in health. However, to craft rabbit stew, you need cooked rabbit, carrot, baked potato, a mushroom, and a bowl. That's a blag. It would be in God tier considering all the health it does, but you're going in amazing. Next up, we've got honey. A lot of people didn't know, but you can actually drink honey in a bottle, and this actually gives you 3 drumsticks worth of health, but it gives you really poor saturation. However, you can stack them, but honey can be hard to come by. Oh, I don't know. Honey could be better. Moving on up, we've got cooked rabbit. Cooked rabbit, cooked rabbit, cooked rabbit. Cooked rabbit gives 2.5 drumsticks worth of health and is middle of the range for saturation, which on paper sounds really good. I'd put it in amazing, but I am under the impression that rabbits are a myth. I've probably seen on Minecraft about 4 rabbits. I can't find rabbits anywhere. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe that this rabbit just isn't for me. I've got to put it in could be better. I have to. I really, really do. Next up we have mushroom stew, and this is going to cause a bit of an argument. Mushroom stew is going in rubbish because it doesn't stack in your inventory. If you want this to be a primary food, you better hope you've got an ender chest absolutely full of him, because you can't stack them. And yeah, they're really good in terms of what food benefits they give you, but not being able to stack them, nah, that's not for me. Cooked chicken. Cooked chicken gives 3 drumsticks worth of health and is middle of the range saturation. Cooked chicken's not actually that bad, considering it's really easy to make a chicken farm. You literally, like, look there, there's literally an egg here. That can be how easy it is to make a chicken farm. I didn't even have to do anything. So cooked chicken, in terms of use, what it does for you, you can stack it. I'm going to put it in amazing. I'm not biased towards chicken, I promise, but it's amazing. Next up we have beetroot soup. Blech. Middle of the range saturation, 3 drumsticks, not bad. You are... it doesn't stack. It doesn't stack. Oh, it doesn't stack. Oh, the whole thing's ruined. Dried kelp. Yep, you can eat dried kelp and it gives you half a drumstick. And it has the worst saturation. It's actually quite handy if you're in the middle of a sea biome somewhere. You just whap a furnace underground and boom, dried kelp. Yeah. Rubbish. Golden apple. Now golden apple gives you 2 drumsticks worth of health, which isn't the best. However, it's got good saturation and it gives you absorption for 2 minutes and regeneration for 5 seconds. So basically it gives you a massive boost of health, which is really, really good. I can't say this is God tier, but a golden apple is a legend of the game and it has to be amazing. Moving on, we've got tropical fish. Yep, you can eat a tropical fish. If you really, really want to eat Nemo, you can eat him. But if you do, I'll come round to your house and I'll... Nemo has the worst saturation and it gives half a drumstick worth of health. But it's Nemo. And it doesn't poison you. You can stack it. And you don't have to cook it. Could be better. Next up we've got beetroot. Now everything I've just said about Nemo you may as well say again. It's the lowest saturation, it gives half a drumstick, but you can stack it and you don't have to cook it. Beetroot, woo! Chorus fruit. Now chorus fruit has low saturation, which means it's second from the bottom, but it actually gives 2 drumsticks worth of health and it teleports you. I mean, look at how fun this is. Zoom and zoom. I'm practically an Enderman at this point. You ready? And zoom. And zoom. And yep, this is going to be boring now. Now, take teleporting as a good thing or a bad thing. I actually don't think chorus fruit is that bad. Could it be better? Yeah, but is it useful? I'd say it's pretty useful. Coarse fruit is useful. Pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie is actually really good. It gives you 4 drumsticks worth of health. And I believe, let me just double check. Oh, no. It's in the second bottom tier of saturation. And I also think, I don't think you can stack, oh my days, you can stack pumpkin pie. Right. Sod the saturation, pumpkin pie. Wow, I didn't know that. Amazing. Amazing. It takes a bit to craft, but I did not know you could stack pumpkin pie. Game changer. Cake. Let's talk about cake. Cake is the worst for saturation, and it only gives you 1 drumstick worth of health. However, it's cake, and it's Karen's favourite food. So to sort of keep my relationship with Karen stable, it's going in God tier. Please don't hate me. Next up, we've got pufferfish. Yep, you can actually eat pufferfish. If you are that desperate, you can eat a pufferfish. All you've got to do is get a fishing rod, claw it out the sea, and then just eat it. Because, you know, that's what everyone does with pufferfish, right? A pufferfish will give you half a drumstick of health, the lowest saturation, and to top it all off, it will also give you a hunger effect for 15 seconds, and you'll get poisoned as well for a minute, which is absolutely spot on. And for that reason, pufferfish kind of goes about here. Underneath rubbish, it's horrendous. You know what? No, you. Oh, yeah, forgot. You do fall through the ground. Pufferfish is going about here. Yeah, that looks better. Stay there, pufferfish. Second to last, we have rotten flesh. Now, I know this sounds controversial, but rotten flesh actually isn't that bad. It gives you 2 drumsticks of hunger, which is actually quite good. The saturation is awful, but it also gives you an 80% chance of getting the hunger effect, which means your hunger drains even quicker. So let's say you've got no hunger, but you eat 5 rotten flesh and get really lucky and don't get the hunger effect. You've actually got full health. So I'm actually going to put it as could be better. If I put it in useful, the comments will just go ballistic. And last but not least, we have the God Apple. The God Apple actually only gives you 2 drumsticks worth of hunger, but the effects it gives you are just top notch. You get 2 minutes of absorption, 20 seconds of regeneration, 5 minutes of fire resistance, and 5 minutes of resistance. It's a godlike apple. It has to go in God tier. There's no question about it. Now let me just look over this tier list and make sure I'm 100% happy with it. So after looking over it, yeah, I'm happy with this tier list. Let me know in the comments what you think of this tier list. Just a quick disclaimer, this is simply my opinion. Instead of arguing with me, give me your opinion as well. Let's talk about what your opinion is. I want to know what your opinion is as much as you want to know what mine was. Yeah, but I'm pretty happy with this tier list. I think everything is exactly where I think it should be. Especially this little tropical fish down here. Like, I've never seen anything more deserved to not even be on the tier list. You don't deserve anything, man. So this is my tier list of Minecraft food. I hope you enjoyed another tier list video. We do have another tier list video for Minecraft enchantments. You can check that out. I'll put the link in the description for you. As always, just remember this is just my opinion. And I hope every single person watching this is having a brilliant day. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for 500 subscribers. Have a great day. See ya. Like I said, guys, you should never, ever, ever eat Nemo. Shh, they'll never know.